there, Tenno, I'm Shadow Scythe, and today we're doing an on-the-spot review of Oberon Prime Access. First up on the list, we're going to be covering Oberon Prime. Now, here's the thing. You can already see, like, the base stats and everything, but let me quickly click on Oberon. Now, he has a 75-point increase to his armor, and a 25-point increase to his energy pool. Health and shields are the exact same. So right there is no real change, but let me quickly throw on my default Oberon. Now, here's the thing. Oberon comes with this V polarity and these two V polarities. This dash polarity right here was one that I had to forma in. However, here's the kicker with Oberon Prime. Oberon Prime eliminated the need for two individual forma, adding both of these dash polarities with the primed variant. So, thank you, Digital Extremes. Holy shit. Now, also, we have the Cerberus Prime and the Silva and Aegis Prime. Now, the Cerberus Prime is a critical weapon, 30%, well, actually, before I start rambling about that, it can go either way. It's got 30% crit chance base and 25% status chance base. Every impact and puncture are evened out at 29.0 and slash damage at 29.9. Accuracy of 25. Now, as you can see with the mods that I have thrown on it, it jacks slash damage up to 436.5, impact and puncture at 192.6, and blast damage at 725.1, with a 72.2% status chance. That is mostly due to my Riven mod right here. But now let's compare the Cerberus to either one of its other variants. Now, the Cerberus Prime compared to the regular Cerberus, it has a slight increase of 6.1 to slash damage, and a slight increase of, what would that be, 5.9, I believe, to impact and puncture. Status chance is a negligible 10% on the default Cerberus, and the critical chance is at 25. However, the regular Cerberus does have a slightly better accuracy. But other than that accuracy, the Cerberus Prime beats the pants off of it. So this is going to be really exciting to actually play around with. Now, let's take a look at the Dex Cerberus. Once again, the Dex Cerberus does have a little bit better accuracy, but the Dex Cerberus also has a 5% higher critical chance and a base slash damage of 33.8 instead of 29.9, and a slightly better reload speed of 1.5. But other than that, fire rate, magazine size, and impact and puncture damage, the Cerberus Prime easily stacks up. So the Dex Cerberus and the Cerberus Prime kind of both beat the pants off of the base model. However, if you don't have the Cerberus Prime because you weren't able to Prime access it, or just don't actually care to farm it, the Dex Cerberus does stack up rather nicely in a slightly different way. The Dex Cerberus also has a much smaller status chance, so as you can see, my Riven mod will be a little bit more beneficial on the Cerberus Prime as opposed to the Dex Cerberus or the regular one. And next up is the melee weapon, the Silva and Aegis Prime, and oh my god, compared to the base version, this thing is sexy as hell. Because as you know, the Silva and Aegis Prime was a blade and sword combo, blade and shield combo, which they say sword and shield on the stance, but they're not technically true sword and shield, because the base Sylvan Aegis was metal plates bound together by an ethereal flame with a hilt that had a blade made out of that same flame. Then you have the Akenbrunt, which was a shield and a hatchet. And now we've got the Sylvan Aegis Prime, which it's expanding, well, it's expandable plating with energy or with that ethereal flame accent. But the sword has been replaced with a collapsible mace that has these flaming blades on it. Anyway, let's take a look at the comparison to the default Sylvan Aegis. Now, the regular Sylvan Aegis has better attack speed. That's it. Because critical chance was upped from 5 to 15 for the Prime. Critical multiplier increased from 1.5 to 2. Leap attack and spin attack, well, leap attack increased to 240 from 70. Spin attack to 257 from 75. Status chance increased from 20 to 25%, so that is the more stackable thing between the two, where you could easily take a preference, because it's only a 5% difference, so it's not all that big of a deal in the grander scheme of things. Wall attack 480 from 140, but here's the thing, the base damage is the true selling point of the Sylvan Aegis Prime. The Sylvan Aegis has a minuscule, pathetic 35.0 heat damage base. The Sylvan Aegis Prime has a whopping 120 base. That is absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's hop into a mission on... Actually, let's go to Stoffler. I'm probably going to regret this the entire time that I am there. But we'll see. Alright. Plus, we'll actually get to see like any changes to Oberon's powers that they made, as they always have some sort of minuscule change with the Prime variant over the base. If I can manage to connect at all. So let's see here. Oh, I also did get the accessories as well. I believe we got a Sugatra as well for melee weapons, but I'm not going to equip it. Mostly just because I don't always use the Sugatras. And when I do, I typically do only use the Prime variants, because they're like the only ones that even remotely look good to me. Anyway, with a little bit of luck, we can actually get in this time, and it won't be a freaking million-year load. Woohoo! We are in! Yes!
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Anyway, Sabaris. Ooh, I love that sound effect! Let's get a look at this. Oh my god, this is freaking sexy as hell. Anyway, I'm not gonna melee right now. I can't aim for shit, wow. I can't even see my projectiles, holy shit. I mean, most weapons you actually kind of see a sort of trail, but I don't even see that. You can definitely see how slow this is on the attack, though, for the Sylvan Aegis Prime. Wow, that energy pool. Ooh, we got syndicates. What do we got? Oh! There we go. Ooh, that actually hurts though! My god! That massive buff to the base damage for the Prime version is all that the Sylvan Aegis needed to actually be remotely good. Now, obviously at later levels, I'm seriously gonna start feeling the fall off. But that's for later. And I will change my energy teller just so that you guys can see, but you can kind of remotely see my hallowed ground already. But yeah, this is literally the perfect way for them to celebrate Oberon's rework. So what rank is... Oh, I do have my renewal. That's good. Though I'll use it just to kind of buff myself. I'm really liking this Prime Access. I haven't had this much fun. I haven't had this much fun doing a Prime Access coverage in a while, and the last one that I did was Banshee. But Banshee, whenever I did hers, was a little lackluster because I basically overhyped myself by doing videos to show off the stats and like the possible way that the weapons are gonna work. Just by doing that, I kind of overhyped myself and was expecting a lot more than what we got. So I kind of ruined Banshee Prime for me. Although Banshee, ever since I actually figured out how to play her, she quickly became one of my favorite Warframes to ever use. Alright, let's see if I can manage to get up to 10 before... Oh, well, no. It's only 5 waves. I'll go 10, and I'll just jump cut to whenever I get to 10 so that I can show you guys Reckoning. Because so far the powers seem pretty much the same, so if there was any visual change at all, it's gonna be with his, it's gonna be with Reckoning.
Or continue fighting.
I guess he's not gonna join us. That's alright. I'm confident that we can make it.
You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Wee! Not really. Oops. Were you trying to do something, Scorpion? Wow. Thank God we have a Saren, because that makes the crowd control here that much more fun. If I can ever actually find the enemies now to kill them. Oops. Okay, that should have got it. Hold on, I want to see the melee channeling really quick. Wow, hardly any part of him. We respond to them in chat. to get my healing going. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was almost bad. That was almost really, really bad. Is that supposed to hurt? I have enough armor where that doesn't hurt as much as you think it would. At least down here you guys can see hollowed ground a little bit better. Let me get rid of her. This down. Smite this guy. I'm kind of just trying to show you guys the powers as much as possible because there wasn't too much with the weapons themselves. Though I gotta admit, this looks amazing, and it would probably be a little bit, do I have specters? No, I do not. I do not have specters. I think, yeah, I took my specters off whenever I was doing apothic runs. Not really a big deal. I mean, we can at least make 10 waves. Get rid of you guys, because Energy Least Eximus units are absolutely annoying, as are you stupid Keka Masters. Now, obviously, you guys know that there... Oh, ho, ho, ho! That triple or that double burst! My word! I completely forgot the Sylvan Aegis did that. That ought to tell you how long it's been since I've used it. But as you guys know, Oberon has a passive now that will buff your own pet and gives it health, armor, and shield buffs. And then, obviously, with the Prime version, that's not going to change. The same thing with its powers. Is there isn't going to be any real stat changes to those. However, Oberon Prime is also going to have the same passive that all other Primes have, where when you come in contact with a Death Orb in the Void, it will release a 250 energy pulse for you and any nearby allies. Let me get the heals going. Oh, I should be able to show you guys Reckoning on this last wave. That is exactly what I was wanting to do. Get rid of you. Oh, yep, there it is. The little extra energy ribbons hovering around the orbs. That is exactly what I was hoping to see, was some sort of visual change on the abilities. Because I know his normal version doesn't have those energy ribbons. There we go. Get rid of you, you annoying pest. Anyway, that's gonna...
Extraction is ready.
Well, actually, I'm gonna extract, and then when I get back on the ship, I'm going to go over the things that I like, and the things that I don't necessarily like with his appearance. Once this slow as I'll get out timer goes down.
Objective is secured. Let's go home.
No, still, that was pretty rewarding considering I took 3 unranked items into that, and I only brought my Furus in case of emergency. Because my Helios doesn't even have a weapon equipped. Anyway, I really do like the Sandana that they gave, or that they brought with him, because out of all of the Prime Sandanas so far, this is the slimmest one we have that isn't a gigantic eyesore on the back if you use it with the wrong Warframe. Anyway, as far as his base appearance goes, I do like that they got rid of the sort of tree branch looking things on his arms for his shoulder armor. And don't get me wrong, I really do like the helmet because it makes him look more like a bull instead of a deer. But the thing that I don't like is they got rid of his goat feet. They got rid of his fucking goat feet. That was literally the selling point of Oberon. That was literally one of the selling points of Oberon's look, was the goat feet, because it was different. All these other Warframes have regular feet, with the exception of Nova and her little nubs, but Oberon had goat feet, and they took that away and gave him regular feet. That's the one thing that I don't like. I mean, yes, you can fix that by using either... Actually, you can fix that pretty easily by using the Freyark or the base skin, and... yeah, because the Immortal skin just does that. At least if you do this, then you kind of have regular-looking goat feet. But, like... and I guess now that I did the comparison right there, they're still there, it's just, it's harder to tell. They look more like regular feet because of the way that the Prime model looks.
I've run diagnostic regressions. All systems
but still, he's not a bad frame. I mean, yeah, there are parts of his design that I feel could have been a little bit better, but at the same time, don't take my word for that, because I don't play Oberon all that much. This was a creation by Digital Extremes, so it is final say on them. And for what we got, I am very impressed. So I would highly recommend that you guys, if you don't actually wallet prime it like I did, I'd still recommend farming it. Just because, all in all, amazing weapons, a great Warframe, because Oberon was amazing beforehand, and they just made him better when they reworked him. And as long as you know how to play him, and you can combo your powers right, you're in for a real treat. But thank you guys for tuning into these videos. It always means a lot to know that you guys like the content that I'm putting out, and that it kind of helps you make a decision. Now, I'm not saying go out and freaking blow $140 on the Reckoning version of Oberon Prime Access. If you got the money to blow, then it's still your choice. But thank you all for tuning in. It really does mean the world to me. And I will probably be doing some videos to cover like a specific build that I'm going to do with Oberon and the Sylvan Aegis and the Cerberus. And when I do the Cerberus, I'm probably going to do 3 iterations to show the Prime, the Dex Cerberus, and the base version. Just so that you can kind of test and see how the build works and see the amount of forma needed. But if you like this video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. You can follow me on player.me and Twitter to stay up to date with any of the video updates and any other news outside of my regular uploading days. And also, if any of you guys were considering supporting the channel before, I'm actually going to be making the transition from Patreon to GameWisp, just because with GameWisp it'll help you guys like subscribe and do like subscriptions and stuff. Especially when I get a little bit more figured out with everything, so that I can start streaming as well. Because I really want to stream for you guys. It's just like figuring out times that I can stream, and then just figuring out stuff with AnkBot so that I actually have a bot that I can use. But I will keep you guys up to date with that. So if you guys feel free, if you guys want to support me, it's now going to be on GameWisp, not Patreon. So don't use the link in any of the older videos. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.